Hey everyone, welcome back to the MHP Show Podcast. I'm your host, Derek Vickers. On the MHP Show, we are talking mobile home parks, talking about operations, crazy stories, and I know with our guest today, we'll probably get into some crazy stories. There's no doubt about that. But before we get started, look, if you haven't checked out victorycapital.com and what we're doing, you can go to www.victorycapital.com and go to offerings. You can check out our fund. If you have money sitting on the sidelines and want to, explore what it's like investing in this asset class. And maybe after you hear some of our stories today, you'll be like, yep, I don't want to go buy my own. I want these guys to deal with it. But, as I say on here every week, your money's getting, destroyed in the bank. And I watched a podcast the other week. If you saw my email about Michael Saylor, and he was saying on the average, the US dollar is losing 7% of purchasing power every year. And the guy's very smart. And I don't think anybody knows exactly what the number is, but I do think that most people know that your money's dying in the bank. So if you want to get your money off the sidelines and into a recession-resistant asset, go to victorycapital.com. You can email invest@victorycapital.com. You can email Milton, and we can set up a call with you. Okay, without further ado, got a very special guest here, good friend of mine, Mr. Jimmy Johnson from Sand Dollar Communities. What's up, man?
Well, thank you for having me back. And like you said, I think we'll have some great stories. And feels like it's been like a decade since the last time we did this. But what do you think, 2 years maybe? Or
I don't know. Maybe it's been longer than that, man. Maybe it's been longer than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it feels longer.
Yeah. I think we can call you a mobile home park legend at this point.
I think it's the first time I've got that, but I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah, man. I think when did you start?
This is year 7. So
yeah,
it's been a hell of a ride, and a lot of good deals, a lot of good friends made, hence here along the way, and wouldn't change a thing about it. So the good, the bad, the ugly, but it's been fun. We have a great time every day, and love doing the trailer parks.
Yeah. So what have you been up to lately?
Recently, it's been a lot of ops and just admin stuff. It's the spring right now, so for people who are listening maybe later in the year, it's May. So May is we're in the heat of spring cleanups. We're prepping for pizza parties. But yeah, right now we're just doing city meetings and dumpsters, cleanups across the portfolio. So the spring is really I feel like operations time, and then the fall and like the winter prep, and let's make sure heat tape and pipes aren't going to be freezing all winter. So I feel like the last year or two, it's been like spring and fall. We're just hitting the pavement, traveling every week. Literally just got off a plane. Was even late to this. And I feel like spring and fall is ops, and then I feel like summer and winter really double down on the deal side. So I feel like recently it's been just a lot of admin, a lot of tenant stuff, a lot of improvements, and just capitalizing on the kind of spring in the trailer park season. So
yeah, nice. And you mentioned heat tape. I don't know much about that in Florida and in Arizona really, but when we had that cold come through here, it was like coming on like a Sunday or Monday. And I never thought I would have to do this, but we sent out a message to all of our residents to kind of keep the water running slightly so we wouldn't get all these frozen pipes, because it got below freezing in Tampa and Central Florida.
Yeah, we get that. I mean, Minnesota, Iowa, all up north. I mean, obviously all winter. So I feel like they're at least used to it, and they're like a bit more prepared. They know what to do. It's we get hit the hardest in like the middle America stuff, like Arkansas, North Carolina, the places that don't have the heat tape. They don't know how to deal with the cold, but it will get super cold for a couple days on end. This winter, I think one of our North Carolina parks got hit pretty hard with it, and they're just not used to it. But our Florida stuff, it was snowing in the Panhandle, and I mean, Tenant's every excuse in the book to not pay.
Oh, but, of course. I mean, we were on our collections call with the team the other day. I mean, you wouldn't even believe some of the excuses that we hear from people. It is almost like dog ate my homework kind of thing
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah. We were yesterday. We're selling a house up in Iowa in one of the parks, and it's the cheapest deals are like the most complicated. So I
For
mean,
sure.
Jade. Yeah. So he's working this guy, and I'm like, man, let's push this guy through. We got to get a sale done. He's like, I don't know. Wait until you see him. Wait until you meet him. Like someone just feels off. You would think this is like a corporate merger, a deal we're pulling off. The guy's supposed to put $600 down and pay the rest off, and then it's, well, I could do 300. I could do this. I could do that. Just so complicated. And then it's a fixer upper. He's buying the house for 2 grand. Put 600 down, throw $100 at it for a year, and he's like, "What's the plumbing's not perfect? What? There's a hole in the floor. There's this. There's that." Because I was expecting a little bit more move and ready. So it's
Oh God.
we've learned that the higher the price on a lot of these, the better that they are. And needless to say, our $600 buddy did not work out. He stormed out, but it wasn't good enough. So
Yeah, we've had we had an interesting application come in the other day. And I'm in our Asana, so I see these things come by and I'm like, oh, and I saw another interesting one that I haven't fully dug into yesterday, but I'll get into that. But these people, like, it got escalated to me and I'm like, hey, what is this? And there was two applicants. One had a great credit score and whatnot, and the other one had like an eviction. I'm like, well, like if the one person qualifies and
yeah,
we can take a look at it. But it ended up we dug into it. They had like drug charges, theft
yeah,
charges, and I'm like, okay, no, right? Declined. Like, we're not accepting these people. And then all hell breaks loose. They're calling, they want their application feedback, they're
oh,
causing problems, and
yep,
there you go. They show their true colors, but it's just like it's interesting.
yeah. A lot of them we don't even want to do the op fee anymore because it's like they pay their $30, but anybody that you deny, your day ends when you do that denial. And like you said, they want the feedback, they want us. I'm like, how about we just, so now we don't even do like the formal op first. We say, want a copy of your ID, copy of, proof of income, and then we want to talk to your landlord. And we go straight to the current landlord. And yeah, I mean, half the time it's their mom, brother, cousin.
Yeah.
So we call the landlord. We ask, like, what's their name? We look up and make sure they actually own the property. And
Okay.
then, I mean, half the time we're not even calling because we could tell it's just a scam.
Yeah.
And then if they pass those three things, they're going to be good anyways. But then we'll have them do the application fee because it was just killing us for a while. We're denying somebody every day. They're like, they need it right now. But we can't refund it on the card. We're not going to mail them a check, so we're like sending it on Venmo, and it's just so crazy. So I'm like, it has to immediately stop.
I don't hate that idea, actually. I don't hate that idea because you get like the current history of how they've been paying.
Yeah, I think if there's only one thing we could do, like if you can only pick one thing to approve somebody, talking to the landlord, the actual legit landlord. And if you can't do that, yeah, I would say nothing else matters as much as that.
Yeah. And that's worked out for how long you been doing that?
We started doing that probably about a year ago.
Yeah.
Before we'd have like the link where they click the link, they apply, they do everything. Now we do like that's the last step. Now it's this first. So it's
Yeah.
been much better for sure.
Yeah. It's interesting when like you're on the fence about somebody and you deny them and they blow up about that application fee. You made the right decision.
Yeah, and then that's what Jade was saying about this guy. He's like, man, we're gonna put him in here, and he kind of was on the fence and wanted to do it before he stormed out. And he's like, if this guy goes in there, he's gonna have to go pay his electric deposit. He's not gonna want to. He's gonna just be moaning and groaning. He's like, we'll be giving this guy's money back within 2 weeks. So we've become like much more selective, and an empty unit is better than a bad tenant. So
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I guess that would like how important is it to pick the right tenants?
I mean, it's one bad tenant can just ruin a day, ruin a month. You're going to court, you're evicting, you're this, you're that. We've also noticed too, like if the more we meet them, the better. So like if we see them in person or the manager does, or like if a TOH sells to another TOH and we don't meet this new one, those typically have like a higher rate to go bad. The ones that we're like shaking their hand, we're meeting them, they see that like, we're, a human being too, not just like a email address. Those go a lot better.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's important because I experienced this in the beginning. I probably, I guess it was 5 years ago now. Um, we weren't looking as much as at like credit as we were just, hey, if you don't have an evictions or criminal record, you're fine. But then like, the people with a 400 credit score have a 400 credit score for a reason. They don't freaking
Yep.
pay anything, right?
Yep.
And in Florida, once we're selling these park-owned homes, once they own the home, it's a little bit harder to get them out.
Oh yeah.
And so you can kind of screw yourself by trying like, I would tell people like you want to sell the homes faster, obviously, but you don't want to bend on your application rules to do that because you'll regret it in the long run.
Yeah. No, it's that. And if it's like a fixer upper, we ask them like, so are you doing the work? What are you going to do in here? We don't want to sell like a fixer upper and somebody's just squatting in there. We do want them to fix it up. And if they're like, oh, my uncle's going to do it. And then you see the uncles coming through. So yeah, like you said, evicting a TOH, so much harder. So we've really tried to just make it like a lot more personal on like the sales side to where, walk us through the house. What are you going to do? We care. We're happy to like give them a couple months even for free, so they could fix it up. So we've been really, really strategic, just for just a better future.
Yeah, a better future, that's for sure. It sounded like a political statement, man.
Right. That's the point we're at. We're like, we need a better future.
Yeah. The what you said about asking if you're selling a fixer upper to somebody and asking them questions, I couldn't even tell you how important that is, because we've had instances like these people. I literally walked into their home that they were fixing up, and they had like this super nice bed with this bit, like the headboard was big and everything, but it's on plywood. There's no carpet. There's exposed wires. There's no drywall, but they have this nice bed sitting in the house. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is not safe, right? It's a liability for you.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah. We're trashing out homes. Yesterday, we have like a crew that we brought there. And they love when they walk into a house that's got a bunch of stuff, because they're one of the guys. He's like, I found an iPhone 12, like Nintendo in there, this and that. He's like, I have like $2,000 worth of stuff. He's like, can I please keep it to sell it? We're like, yeah, whatever you. So this is on the last trip too. They did it, but we're like, whatever you want to keep has to come back with you. You're not storing it here. And I'll text it to you after. It's so funny now. But Jade was driving the bus of these guys. And he said, anything you guys want, it could go home with you. So they had like 10 tires stacked up. There was just bags of stuff everywhere. God. He's like, I couldn't even see out the windows. So now it's like, we changed the rule. You could bring it back, but it has to go in a bag. No like large items. We're not strapping stuff to the roof.
Wait, did you do that? Did he strap it to the roof?
No, they were asking. I'm like, man, like just from like a liability perspective, you're about to drive 23 hours. Like you can't have like tires strapped to the top of the roof.
Wait, is Jade picking up the people that are working and bringing and transporting them there?
Because it's a big crew of them, and nobody has a driver's license.
Got it.
He rents a bus, picks them up, drives them, and then obviously he does all the driving the whole time, and then he drops them off on the way home. So.
Okay. You got to send me the pictures you were going to send me, because maybe we can get them to like superimpose on the video as we're talking about it. That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah, there's one where the guy's like, and Jade's like, are you sure like you want to hold the tires for like the whole ride home? And he's like holding 3 like just huge tires on his lap for like a 12-hour drive.
Dude, what is it with tires, man, in parks? Like they're not worth anything, are they?
No, we just got hit in one park. It's been like a year of tires. We got hit. We had like the tire bandit. He's like a local reputation. So he comes into your property. He'll like cover up the camera, and then by the time he takes his hand off, there's like 500 tires. And you're like, how did it even happen? So we got hit by him. So we think that's all that it is. And we had like a vacant home in this park. And Jade, it catches his eye from the window. He's like, oh my God, he filled up the inside too. And it's like high level criminal stuff. He'll like print a picture of like the same backdrop, hang it up so it looks the same. Like none of the tenants see him. We like called the police and they're like, we've been chasing this guy for 7 years.
Wait, he just brings tires in? Like
Yeah, he takes the rim out. So takes the rim. He gets like $1 for it and then dumps the tire. And I mean, yeah, it's just terrible. So then that time we rented a big U-Haul truck. I'll send you that picture too. And then we stocked up like 1,400 tires in like the biggest U-Haul that you could rent without a CDL.
Oh my God. Dude, I don't know what it is with people packing stuff in their house. The very first park that we bought, I was on the ground, managing the damn thing, and with this guy had I think his name was Robert. Good old boy.
Yeah.
Big old belly,
Oh,
cigarette hanging out of his mouth, like yeah. Good guy though, nice guy. But after he leaves, we go into his damn house and he has, I don't even know how many 2-liter soda bottles, but they're filled up with water in his back room. Like the back room was literally full with 2-liter soda bottles filled up with water.
Right. Yeah, I don't know because most of the parks, I mean, I'm sure like most of ours were paying for garbage. Like we maybe 10 to where like they pay the city or the provider directly, but we pay for the garbage. So we're like, why not just throw it away? We're paying for it.
Yeah.
So it's it's ever. It's just the craziest stuff. And like, these guys that we're working with this week with the crew, we had to like clean up a big pile of stuff and like, oh, a bunch of rugs rolled up in the back. And I'm like, oh no. And there was like numerous like dead dogs like wrapped up in the rugs.
What?
And
dead dogs?
I guess like the family dog it's so sad, but the family dog just passed away and they just rolled it up in a rug and just put it in the back. And then, this is a solid crew to where they just carried it out and they're like, yeah, dead dog in here.
Oh my God. That's crazy, dude.
Yes, I mean, sad, but it's just, these guys just see it all, but they're like, it's the good with the bad, see a dead dog, get a Nintendo. They're
like, oh my God, like that's so wild. That's pretty.
Yeah. The funniest like show would be if you like had the crew on, like no me, just the crew, and you just ask them, like, what do you guys see in these homes? Yeah, when they were there a couple months ago, there's like a guy who had like the biggest Playboy collection known to man, hundreds of them.
Oh my God!
And of course, they're all like they got rained on, and they brought them all home with
Oh my God!
It's like it's just they've seen it all, and they keep it all. It's so funny.
Do you find a concentration of wild things in particular states that you own in, or
yeah?
Where?
The Midwest definitely more. I feel like in the South, especially Florida, like there's a lot more outdoor living. People have the outdoor kitchens, the homes kind of just get built onto, but in the Midwest, when it's 30 below in the winter, you're not going outside. Just crazier stuff starts to happen on the inside. Right? The further north you go, the crazier you'll see.
Okay.
Right.
How is this? So you got into the business in 2019-ish?
Yeah.
How's the business changed since then?
I think like that first year, I remember I didn't even know what a park was and started doing it, and I would just like pick up the phone. I remember like my first calls, I'd just go on Google, type in like mobile home park, Florence, South Carolina. I would just like type in their number, call. One of my first sales, like a guy named Ricky. He just picks up. I'm like, you want to sell the park? He's like, you want to buy this thing? And it was a 46 spotter. And I was they were like shocked that, and it seems like it's like 70 years ago, but yeah, even like 7 years ago, it was just like, I'm like, let me try Charlotte now. And then like my fourth or fifth deal, I picked up like a 37 spotter there.
Mm.
So no, like, it wasn't easy, but I was calling all day. But it was so much different to where now, yeah, I mean, if you're just calling parks that you Google, you'll be lucky if you even talk to an owner. You're going to be ringing the corporate office or the manager. So I think it's been a lot of that, and then your operations have to be better because like prices have gone up, so you have to just operate better. You have like not as much room for error. So I think those are like the two biggest changes.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And I agree with you 100% because I think we talked about this, a little bit the other day because we've been, in DD on some parks and just uncovering infrastructure issues like crazy.
Yeah,
And you can't say, "Oh yeah, screw it, we're going to buy it anymore," because you're
yeah,
paying more for it. We're not buying stuff in Tampa for 40,000 a pad anymore. We're still
hmm,
getting good deals, but we need to be more, meticulous on the infrastructure due diligence and how that pricing works and
yeah,
who's going to pay for the deferred maintenance, you or the seller.
right, yeah. Well, they definitely don't want to pay for it. So
Yeah, and neither do I. So
yeah. Now, yeah, I think it's been a lot of that. They're thinner, leaner deals. There's less of them. And yeah, like you and I both know Tampa like the back of our hand. I mean, what do you think? There's maybe a dozen real deals left out there, maybe, like in true Tampa, if that.
yeah, in Tampa proper, I mean there's 100 and I think 25 mobile home parks in Tampa proper and that have a Tampa address, not the MSA. There's way
And
more than that in the MSA.
you've got 100 of them. I've got one.
We got a few of them. So and many of those deals are actually maybe under 10 lots
Yeah,
and maybe you would or maybe you wouldn't want those. But yeah, I mean, and all the bigger stuff is sort of been bought up, and so there's some, like Glen Oaks. If somebody would ever sell me that one, um,
that one of the only ones left. A
yeah,
stronghold.
yeah. There's a couple others that I'm working on, but you're right. I mean, there's not many anymore in Tampa proper.
Yeah, and I feel like that's with so many metros and like Tampa's like, I think there's a lot of parks here, but once you start to get into some of like the Midwest markets that a lot of people like, there's like half that number or even less. And once you're looking at the Minnesotas, like the Dakotas, Oklahoma, I mean, yeah, everywhere there's not a lot of parks. So like in Pinellas County here, I mean, there's 400 parks in Pinellas, where there's whole states that have less than that. And
Yeah,
I think there's just like not as many deals, really just so few out there, and more buyers now. Like you go to MHI and there's 1,000 people that want to buy parks.
yeah,
There might only be 1,000 deals out there total. So
yeah,
I
yeah.
think
Yeah, I
there's a
think
lot.
what we're seeing on our end too is we're buying, deals from, you and I have done some mom and pop deals that we've worked on still together, but we're finding deals that we are buying from like maybe an operator that started buying in 2020 or 2021 that
Yeah,
maybe the business isn't going the way that they thought. So we're seeing that a little bit more than
yeah,
we had before. I mean, we're still getting deals for mom and pop, but it's definitely less.
yeah. No, same here. And I think a lot of people, I don't know, maybe kind of hopped on the train of like this is the best thing ever. They bought stuff that just doesn't fit for them, and or trying to like hone down like a more strategic portfolio. So I think that'll be like a next, yeah, like you said, big wave of the next deals is more buying from other operators.
Yeah, yeah. And I think what you said is when you have to be tighter on your ops. I think that's so true because if you're a bad operator now because you're paying more,
Hmm.
these little mistakes are gonna, excuse me, end up killing you in the
Yeah.
end.
Oh, 100%.
So yeah, so what's kind of next? What are you working on next? You still expanding? Like what's the thoughts?
Yeah, we're trying to, yeah, I mean, kind of was piggybacking off that, trying to just have more like close to home stuff or more strategic stuff. Like we've got, we're not trying to do like a one-off deal in the middle of nowhere. Before we were trying to like really grow like the footprint. Now we're just not trying to like enter new states. Like most of the states we have the eviction attorney, we have the plumber, we have the electrician. Like it's just so much easier. when something goes wrong and you already have the guy. So then we're really just trying to do that, growing the team, brought on some new people, trying to just clean it up. Yeah, trying to travel less. And yeah, just trying to really clean up the ops. And, we have a lot of like internal discussions of like, if we have like a problem park and we just throw everything that we have at it and make it not a problem park, now we don't have to talk about it every day.
Yeah.
So we're like, let's just, before it was like the shotgun approach, like just boom, 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 spraying with a shotgun. Now we're like, let's just go crazy, like all of us on one deal. So like on Monday, one of my employees, she's going to a park, she's going for 10 days. She's only going to one, she's not going to bounce around. One-off deal, she's only there, and that'll be huge. And we've just tried to been doing like more of that. We used to do like go see 10 parks in a weekend. Now we're like, let's just go do one of them right. And really just trying to hone in a lot more on that. And the deals kind of just still trickle in. So the first couple years of marketing 24/7 has paid off. We like a lot of referrals now, a lot of sellers who own more than one park that we like performed on the first one. We showed them we are serious, we closed, like they'll call back for the second or the third. So yeah, just more trying to just clean it up and not be 24/7 stressed. So
Yeah. No, I like that. I like that approach. Like if you have a couple problem parks, hey, let's fully handle one and then move on to the next one. I think that's I like that. I like that. What would you say, somebody going out now and you're like, hey, I want to go buy. Well, let me rephrase this way. If you started over again, what would you do differently, or would you do anything differently?
I would say when I started versus starting now would be like totally different. I would say if I was starting now, or if like I'm listening to this show, I want to buy a park, I don't have one yet, I would go after like the small deals in like the best markets, and just try and just get in the game. So like we did a small deal last year, 7 spotter. We bought it for I think 60K. We put $6,000 down. So yeah, I mean nobody's retiring off that, but we don't even touch it. It's like we just let the account sit. We've got 6 TOHs now paying us. We raised the rents, we cleaned it up, really did a lot better. So even like a little deal like that, but we're in the game now. So, and we bought that last year after we did 100 of these things. So I think for someone who is just looking to get started, I would just hammer the small parks. I would just go on the map. I'd hop on my phone, look at the map, and find like the 10 sub 10 site parks around me, and just go work those. Like I talk about it on like a lot of other shows, but the best deal I ever did was my first year. It was like a wholesale deal. It's a 3-sider. The guy bought it for 30K. He paid me $1,500. At the time, I was like so happy with the payday, and he sold. It was 3 POHs, and I know he sold one of them for like 27, 28K. So he's like, Jimmy, like I literally got back like 100% of my purchase price on the first sale. The other 2 he sold. He's like, they all pay him 300. It's city water, city sewer, city trash, direct build, city roads. He's like, I have property taxes, I have insurance. I make $900 a month. My bills are like sub 900 a year. He's like, out of hundreds of deals, he's in his 7 days. He's like, this is the best piece of real estate I've ever bought my whole life. And
Wow.
it's a 3-spot park. So.
Wow. Why would you say to go after the small parks?
Because I think there's like just a lot of like analysis paralysis, and like just I got to do this big deal. The diligence is so scary. Like a lot of times the small ones, you don't own any road because they're on like a city road. Everything's direct build because it's more set up like a house. It's so easy to take down. Often seller carry, they're not really financeable, and I think the sellers know that. So I feel like you could go and take down a 10-spotter anywhere in the country. You could have like 50K, and you could go like take down a small deal. So I think if you're like trying to go take down some monster deal, or like really try and get creative with like a bigger one, I think just getting in the game, and then you could go and tell like the sellers, like, I bought this 6 unit. Here's pictures of it. Here's a before and after. There's so much to just having like done it, and there's like so many quotes about it, like, just being like actually in the arena and just
Yeah.
actually done one. I just think it's like invaluable. Like go buy like a 3-4 spot park, get your rent manager set up, learn how to collect rents, get a lease. Like you just build the whole foundation, and even if things go terribly, like you're not gonna like totally like go bankrupt off like a 4 spotter. So
Yeah. And I agree with that. And what I tell people is that, like, if you're going to go buy something small, you cannot pay retail for it. You need to get it needs to be a great deal. It needs to be a great deal, because if you're buying something small with low margin, I mean, you're just going to hate yourself.
And the exit on a lot of those small ones is like the local real estate guy. He's got some duplexes, he's got a little strip center. That's the guy who's gonna like buy your 4 spot park when you go to sell it. So I do think there is like a market to sell them, and I think it's be like my number one advice for first time buyer, be that they're owned typically, sell by mom and pop, they're in their personal name, easy to find them. Yeah, like often all direct build. You just don't have like a lot of like the cons that come with like a bigger park.
Yeah, that's a good point too, because a lot of those are still mom and pop, and you can go out and get them. And I think what you said is really important. That, like, getting in the game and like taking action, being in there, like getting that foundation set up. That's important. When I got my first deal, it was like it was a damn fire drill, setting
Yeah.
everything up, and it was crazy. And then we got more deals and more deals, and so I think that would be very advantageous for somebody to get in and take that viewpoint that Jimmy just described, with like getting the foundation set up so you can go buy a bigger asset.
Yeah, and you've got your phone, you've got your rent manager. Like, so now when you go buy like a 30 spotter, it all just folds right in. The hardest one's the first one. So
For sure.
just get the first one done.
Yeah. Why is that? Like, I feel like it's almost like for no reason. The first one is just hard. Like, for no reason.
I think like they make it that way, because even like my first one, it was impossible. It took like 6 months.
Yeah.
It was the only deal I ever did where like the seller lost money like at close. He just wanted out of it so bad. He like paid to close it. Like the seller had to bring I think $15K to the table. He had no idea what was going on. The manager was stealing. I haven't seen it in 12 years. I remember he was like, I just didn't know anything. He's like, sign a contract. I'm like, what? Like, it was just two guys like just meant to be together with like a disaster of closing. And I think every mistake was made, and it happened. But after that, it went from like, this is the hardest thing in the world to like, it like 95% got easier for the second one.
Yeah. I feel like you know, like when you're closing, you're like, oh my God, the day of closing, it's going to be this big, exciting thing. And like, oh my God. And then it's not.
Yeah. We always try and celebrate them. Like, we're always like, let's go to a nice dinner, do something. Because like, if you stop celebrating the closings, what are you doing it for?
So. Yeah, that's a good point, dude. I need to tell Paul that we need to start celebrating the closings so much, more, because we're just like, business as usual. We closed another one, but we still need to celebrate the damn things.
Even we always get on like a little team FaceTime call, like if we're not together, like we like really do try and keep it positive, because you have to keep it positive with the things we see and do. So we really try and have fun, keep it positive. It's like another thing we've been working on a lot, like just the team and the morale, and having going to like a weekend trip.
You go to Vegas? You taking them to Vegas?
No, we'd spend so much money. we can't go together. Everybody has to go one by one. But just try and have fun and keep it a good time for everybody.
Yeah. Because I think you can easily get caught in the bullshit of the day to day, and you can get sucked into the little problems that happen on a daily basis, because there can be a lot of them.
Yeah.
And if you don't stay focused and like stay happy about what you're doing, um, like me and Paul get on on our executive meeting, and we're like, "Yeah, I'm not having fun this week, dude. Like,
Mm.
we got to
Yeah,
figure something out. Like, we got to fix the system, or we got to fix something to figure it out because I'm not having fun right now."
yeah,
And I think it's important to have fun.
yeah. No, we've been doing like too. Like the team's in on it. Like everybody's like one personal goal, like outside of work. So like for me, like I love doing the fishing tournaments. My brother's a bodybuilder, so he's doing that. Jade loves to travel. He's booking a trip to Japan. So it's like what's something that we all like wanna by the end of the year do, shoot for, work towards. I think that's been good. Like something to kind of strive for like outside of business. I think it's been really helpful. Because yeah, I mean, well, it's just trailer parks 24/7. So I think having some outlet that we still like work on together has been probably like one of the best new things that like I've folded in.
Yeah, yeah, and I think your team is so important once you get to so many parks that you have, and your team and your systems and things like that. Like, what are some things that maybe you were struggling with in the beginning that you went in and fixed, and that are easy for you now?
I think just kind of again piggybacking off of just like the focus in the parks.
Mm,
So like like I said, somebody's going to one of our parks 10 days straight, leaving Monday, gonna be there. So we're doing everything. We're meeting with the city. We've got big spring cleanup, dumpsters coming in, homes, this, that, everything. Before we just like kind of turn and burn through there for like a day.
mm,
So now we're like when we do it, just doing it full force. Like we have some really remote parks. So when we're selling homes there, like let's not just do the Facebook ads. We're doing Facebook ads. We're doing the bandit signs that we're putting on the side of the road. We're doing flyers everywhere. Um, we have like this new guy that's he's killing it. He does put in my last newsletter. He goes door to door, like every store in town. So he like rolls to every gas station, waits in line, tells the cashier, "I've got homes for sale. You should see these things." I mean, I'm not from here, but I'd buy all of them if I could. And and it just works because I think it's such like a guerrilla marketing thing. And who
mm.
he's telling never buys. It'll be somebody who like they'll wait outside and they'll be like maybe a little bit like maybe embarrassed, they like interrupt or something, and they're like, "Well, I'm really interested," and he's like, "Well, hop in," and it's like, yeah, don't get into like a stranger's car, but um, and he
That's
just does
guerrilla
it,
marketing, baby.
and it is working, man. Like this
Wow.
guy, we said he has like the Midas touch. Anywhere we send him, it just works, and
Mm,
it's I think it's just like the all in approach. Like we're never before we do 5% in, 10% in. Now it's like we're not touching it unless we are going all in. And this guy, like, he won't leave until the job's done. It's like the burn the ships thing. He gets on the island, he is burning the ships. This is
wow.
how.
Wow. We
And I
need some of that. We need some of that.
yeah, he I don't even know how I'd recommend finding someone like that. Like it kind of just happens. Like
Yeah.
they find you. He's got like a homeless guy that he'll find like in every city.
Uh-huh.
He'll like see the guy holding the sign like, you know, $1. He'll be like, "No, get in the car. You're going to work today."
Oh my gosh.
And he'll give the guy like $40, kind of get him working. It's like I think it's so crazy. It just works.
Yeah, wow. Wow, wow. I mean, it's crazy how some people like we've had people sell homes, and like we've got people that like literally probably couldn't give someone $1 million, right?
Mm,
And then you have somebody that can just sell the hell out of homes.
yeah, it's just and I think it depends on the market and the strategy and all that. And I think this guy, he's just all in. So we're like,
Where
let's.
is he's in a rural market?
Well, he lives in Florida, but now we're sending him everywhere. So
Oh,
he's
got
going
it.
to like all the parks. We have a good deal with him. He's like heavily compensated. But what's good too is he like stays on the tenants after,
Mm.
and he's not like a typical salesman. Sales done, and buddy's gone. He goes through and he checks on his sales. About a month
Ah.
after, we don't even pay him for it. He rolls through there. He'll be pounding on the door, almost knocking the thing off the hinges. What's all this stuff in the yard? Yelling and screaming at him. I'm like, this is like the best guy we've ever met. Right?
Wow. You have like an enforcement officer too. I like that.
Yeah, and I think he just does stuff that like we're gonna do anything, but like this guy is like he is just a bulldog. Right?
Isn't it crazy some of the people you meet in this business? Like some of the people that just like show up and they're like, I mean, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
No, like one of my really good friends, he always says like he goes to his parks once a quarter, and they're all stabilized, they're good, and it's like some of like the best advice I've ever got. And I'm like, why do you go? You don't have to. So why do you go? They have great managers, probably like one of the cleanest operations that I'm a part of and that I know. And then he goes, because when I'm there, shit happens. He goes for a week every quarter. He just rolls in, he's walking around the parks. And yes, somebody will say, hey, you have any more homes coming in? My brother wants to buy one. Well, what's his budget? So he's like, no, I can buy a home, move it in. We just infill the lot. He'll be, he goes out to dinner and invites a seller. Well, yeah, my buddy, he actually has a park. So he's like, these trips, there's no agenda, there's no plan. I don't have to go. But he's like, I go and just shit happens every time. And he's like, it's just like trailer park, like the mantra. You just go and like, it just happens. Right?
Oh God. Oh my God. What's been I mean, you said you've had some crazy stories going to Iowa here recently. Like what
Oh,
you gotta give me some juice, man. Give me some juice.
trying to think of want to start. But the tires, that was in Iowa.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
We hit with the tire bandit, the dogs and the carpet, Iowa.
What?
Uh, the men, just traveling with a crew of men to Iowa.
Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't lived until you've brought 12, 12 men to Iowa. And you're all underneath the same roof, feeding them. And I think just kind of hearing the drama, the issues. And then the first trip, me and Jade were like in charge. It was like a kind of like a house mom at like a sorority. I
Yeah.
came with, I'm cooking, I'm cleaning. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, and just like, it's not even almost really a trailer park story, but it is just like a people story and just like the food. And so first we're like, Jade's bringing them to like Wendy's. It's like $200 for 12 guys. And I think just people will always take advantage of you. So
Yeah.
he's like, you guys go in. I'm gonna wait in the car. He calls me, we're catching up. I see the charge come through. I'm like, what the hell, man? $230 at Wendy's. And they all got like 5 sandwiches. So we're like, how cheap can we feed these men? So we found like at A&W every Tuesday is Coney Tuesday, where hot dogs are like $1. So we got it down to like $12 to feed the crew. So that was
Wow.
almost like a contest. We're like, I bet we could beat 12. So then we like go to the store there, and there's like the frozen meals.
Yeah.
And I'm like telling Jim, I'm gonna beat 12. I got these frozens. It's gonna be like $11. Then he finds like these like these dry ones where they're like 50 cents each. So
Oh
he's
my
like,
gosh.
well, I'm feeding the whole
$6.
crew for $6. So I think it's almost just a lesson in just getting ripped off and taken advantage of. Like the first trip, our food budget was like $3K. Now we can knock out for like $20 a day.
Yeah.
Feeding the crew. So yeah, I think that's another crazy Iowa story. We have a manager in one park. You'll love this one. She'll need some money, and just go find a tenant-owned home. Just needs a payday. So she goes to the tenant-owned home. Well, we could do this the easy way or the hard way.
Oh God.
And, you never want to hear that if somebody proposes that to you. And she evicts them, but they're fine. It's not even. It's like an ex-manager. So it's our tenant that pays us. That's good. She'll go easy or hard way. You're getting evicted. So they're like, no, this is my home. I own it. She's like, no, mine now. And she's threatening them. So she'll take the home over and then resell the home, like to somebody else. So we're in the park and we're like, who the hell are you to this guy? He's like, what do you mean? I just bought the place. $13K. He's proud as can be. Well, like, just bought it from who? And he mentions this manager, and now this guy is our new manager.
Oh my God.
um, it's just the Wild West up there. It's
Wow. Wow. I went down, I was in Arizona yesterday actually. And I was meeting with a guy who owns some parks out there. And he was telling me a story. He was like, yeah, I got one of our managers got a call from a tenant that one of the other, like, now he prefaced this with, this tenant was known to be kind of crazy and kooky, kind of loner to himself. The lady called and she's freaked out because the guy is pointing a gun over the fence to the home, right? And he also has a crossbow on his back.
yeah, of course.
And then they said he's like going around and like hiding behind the trees with the
Yeah.
gun and like the crossbow on his back. And of course they called the cops, and the cops came and picked the guy up. But the reason he was doing that is because he said that his AI chatbot told him that he was being chased or people were trying to kill him or something. And so he went out and then
I mean, that it's just crazy, but it's so crazy. But like that I believe that would happen.
Jimmy's like, oh yeah, for sure.
Might be one of my tenants who we all the stories like this we love. Like, my favorite newsletter of the year is the October. We do like the haunted houses, and it's like the top 5 like that, and it'll be like the picture of the guy like with the crossbow over the fence, and it's I mean, yeah, that's always the best one, and yeah, I'm looking forward. It's so hard too because we like agonize over it for hours. We like start with like, okay, here's the top 50. We're like, well, this is the best. Well, this is the best, and it's like the hardest one of the year to narrow down what are the top 5 just craziest things that we saw all year. And this year is off to the races.
So what do? You get like, you do the like the crappiest vacant homes, or do you do like just the craziest stuff?
I'll pull up. I can probably pull it up super easy from last year. We'll see what the winner was. I forgot. I try and repress them.
Dude, you have a great newsletter, by the way. I love reading your newsletter.
Somehow every year or every month, I'm like always typing those, like at midnight, always on the road, pulled over on like a truck stop. Like, one month, I just want to be sitting at home typing it. I think I found it here. But yeah, this is the first year we've really been doing this, like, traveling with crews of men. So I think this year's haunted houses will be.
You got to like document that, dude. You need to hire us like a camera guy and have him come along.
Yeah, I mean, we always talk about doing it because like it's hilarious. I found it. So last year, I'll send you this too, so you could like put it on the screen for people who are watching.
Yeah.
Number 5, it was like a small kitchen fire thing. Of course, like the whole house burned down, and
oh my God,
it just we have like at least a house a month burned down, so it was just a funny story. Number 4, it's like this hand drawn like painting. I guess there's like cards and like a beach. It has some like different language stuff. And like, this is just a guy that like just left. Like, we didn't evict him. Like, he just left his house.
like where was this like painted on the wall?
Yeah, painted on the wall, and it says, "Children and women neglected and disrespected. There will be disorder."
What?
And then it was like it's the whole wall. So we're like, are we really gonna repaint this, or we should just sell it as is? So we sold it as is, and it's probably still there.
Yeah.
Number 3 was a dumpster of all cans, kind of like how you're a bottle guy. A 40-yard dumpster of exclusively cans. It had probably 50,000 of them. Number 2, if you ever go into a room and it's all tin foil everything, you should definitely cover your nose and mouth.
You need to get out of there, bro.
Yeah, and that was obviously some squirrely stuff was going on in there. And the manager's like super gung-ho to sell it. He's like, it's pretty clean. You think we should just leave it as is? I'm like, this one, let's make sure we do. Let's get the pros in here.
Oh my God. Is that in the picture in the newsletter?
Yeah. You'll see it. And then
Yeah. You're gonna have to send the newsletter again now because the people are gonna want to see that. I want to see the tinfoil room, man.
let me see if this actually works. I'm sending it to you now. And then number one, the all-time best, the Working King. So it's a cross, and it's made out of hammers. There's like a broom, like a level, all contractor tools. So we took a park over. You actually know this park. It's in St. Pete. You've seen it. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So we take it over, and the guy, he's like lives there. He some sort of quasi contractor manager guy. We fire him. So he goes door to door telling everybody, come to the town square. It's like it's 1700. He's like, come to town square at 4 p.m. And everybody's like kind of intrigued, like, I honestly feel like what's going on. And I don't know why he's like talking like very like medieval, very kind of old worldy, kind of fancy English. And then he calls us, sends a picture of the cross, and he made it like a real cross. It's the Working King on top. He has all of his tools, and he told everybody at 4 p.m. I'm gonna crucify myself in the park. And he stood up by the cross, put it on like Facebook Live, and in the end, it didn't happen because he realized somebody had to do it for him. He couldn't do it, so he was ready to go through with it.
Guys, look at this cross. I mean, that like, how do you, dude? Isn't that like a leveler on there or something?
Oh, it's all tools. So it's the
It looks like a rake, a leveler.
Yeah, so there's a rake and a level in the middle. In the up and down, there's like two shovels.
I see a saw. I see a saw there too.
And I have the Working King piece on. I should have brought it, but it's upstairs in my office. I have that as a souvenir. And Danielle's like, "Can we please throw that away? Like, I really don't like having it in the house." I'm like, "No, we're keeping it."
Oh, like, hey guys, like, look, you run into the park. Like, what is this?
And it was like cemented into the ground, so we couldn't cut it down. It was there for like 2 weeks, and then
so wait, the guy told everybody, like, summoned the tenants to the park in front of this at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, to town square for a crucifixion. It'd be like the first crucifixion in 3,000 years.
Dude, I don't know what it is with these managers, and you like, I mean, if you fire a manager, like we had to get rid of a manager one time. This was in St. Pete too, crazily enough.
Maybe the same guy.
And this guy, you know, I mean, hey man, we're gonna have to let you go. And he got really quiet. He's carrying, by the way, right? Yeah. And he starts to get pissed off. He takes me outside. He's like, I don't give a F, Derek. I don't give a shit. He's like, I'm friends with the Hells Angels. I'm gonna tell them to come down here. They're gonna burn this whole fucking trailer park down, and they're gonna sit across the road and start laugh about it.
And he means that.
Right. Yes. Right. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's why if let me say if you're buying a park and you're letting the manager go on day one, make sure your insurance is bound and all the T's are crossed, the I's are dotted. But it's like the worst thing, and I feel like it's worse than it used to be. Before I didn't really, hey, it's just not working out or whatever. But now it's like, man, we got to let a manager go, and it's like, oh no,
oh, God, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen?
Right, and yeah, it's I mean that is definitely like the craziest of all of them, and like in terms of a firing. But yeah, that is by no means the only crazy one.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, you know, I've actually we've actually had meetings to discuss this because we've tried this both ways where we come in immediately, and we're like, hey, we're getting rid of we're not going to keep you. We have our own management company. We're not going to keep you as a manager. And we've waited till the last minute also to like, hey, like a couple days before closing, hey, we're not going to keep you.
Yeah.
And we've like, hey, we're going to keep you around and say, hey, this is going to be a temporary thing. And then, we get rid of you after that. So I would recommend, what is the right answer to me? I don't know, because if you let them know immediately, they're not going to help you in due diligence. They may sabotage your due diligence, for one.
Yep.
We have that going on right now to a degree. If you let them know a couple days before closing, I mean, they're just going to be pissed off regardless. And if you keep them on after and plan to let them go after a couple of months, it's just going to be harder, because they're going to think that they're like in the game with you and everything's cool. And then I don't know if you have any thoughts on that, but I still haven't figured out the perfect way to do it.
I think we maybe finally have, after 67 times doing it wrong. The seller lets them go. You have to ask the seller, hey, you got to be like, you're for sure closing, or it's like the day before. They have to know that like the deal's done. You ask the seller to do it, and you say, I need two favors. A, can you let them go? B, can you give them a bonus? And like the managers, obviously, like, and our best managers, like, I'm friends with managers. They come down to visit. I take them fishing. We get them all gifts for Christmas. Like, our good managers are amazing. And they're either amazing or they're terrible. But you have the seller let them go, and you ask the seller, like, can you throw them a bonus? You do what you think is fair, but it should be at least $1,000. And then it's kind of like, hey, the story's over here. Here's kind of like a thank you. We sold the place. Really appreciate it. And a lot of the sellers are like really happy to do it. And they're like, hey, I never thought about doing that. A recent deal, he gave him 10 grand to the manager. And he's like, yeah, I couldn't have done it without you. And we sold a park before. We gave him 5 grand. It was a smaller deal, but so it really ends it well, that they feel like it's kind of like almost like a quasi, like a retirement.
Yeah.
And then you put in your letter, if anybody wants to be manager, you have to interview for it. And but yeah, the blood's not on your hands. They've got some cash in the pocket, and sometimes they get that 5-10K, and they're long gone anyways.
But then I feel like you have to worry about, if the seller's like, oh yeah, this asshole company and property management company, they're making me fire you,
Yeah.
I mean, we had a disaster recently, and then, funnily enough, it's in the St. Pete area again, where the seller was supposed to smooth it over with his manager of however many years, a long time. He's supposed to smooth it over and let him go easily. And he didn't, right? So when our property manager shows up, and she's a little, she's a trailer park regional man. She's tough, right? She's tough. She's not going to take any shit.
She's ready to go. Yeah.
She's ready to go. So she shows up, and she's like, dude, you're not the manager anymore. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Come to find out, the seller never told him. So it's all this thing. The cops end up getting called, and I get a call, and it's just a disaster.
Yeah.
Right?
No, you make a good point, because like you said, the seller is probably going to talk poorly. They're going to say, and then you might be stepping in bad. We haven't not done it that many times. We've only done it 2 or 3, but I mean, so far it's going okay. But very good sellers I've done this with, though. I don't know if a seller that was not really kind of feeling the closing would be thrilled to do it, but I don't think there is a right answer. And we've noticed too, like the managers are either amazing, and like the best parks we have the best managers, the worst parks have the worst managers. So it really is just the most important key part. And I would love to do some like big get together with all of our managers. And I've tried to sync them up before. There's like a group of like 5 of the ladies. They have like their own manager group text. And that's been really good for them. They like bounce ideas off of each other. They get to vent. They get to say the crazy stories, or, hey, they put grease down the line. Do you have a grease letter? So it's gotten like a lot off like our plate too. And that they're all kind of in there working together. And I'm like, if you want me in there, sure. If not, you guys have your own talk. I definitely don't need to be in there. And it's been going really good and kind of syncing them up. even if they're out of state. Like, hey, here's a fellow manager, and yeah, like linking up your Arizona with your Tampa manager just
Yeah.
doesn't really hurt, and they become kind of buddies, and give that a
Yeah.
go too.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it's, we're trying at this point, we're working on, we want our staff to not present us problems. We want them to present us, hey, here's the problem. Here's how I think it should be handled. You
Yeah,
agree or not?
yeah,
Yeah, good.
yeah,
Right. Instead of just presenting a problem, right?
Mhm.
With no solution, because it bogs up our time, and that's what we're working on, and getting even more quality staff, and really getting more processes and systems in place,
yeah.
because it's never going to be perfect, and once you get to another size, it's going to be it's going to break again, and you're going to have to fix stuff again. So
No, 100%. And it's I mean, same thing that we're doing, and it's impossible to have any systems with them too at the same time. Everything is a call, everything's a call, and yeah, it's just call after call after call. And I'll show another funny picture of a manager call. We have one that calls Jade exclusively, and this is him 2 days ago. Just sent it to you.
And by the way, guys, this is the tin foil room that Jimmy talked about. Like, it looks kind of like the inside of like
Is
the
that a spaceship?
spacecraft or something. Yeah. Like what was the ship that just went up? The Artemis 2 or whatever.
Yeah,
It kind of
yeah,
looks like
yeah. They're two of the same. So yeah, here's Jade on his probably 80th manager call of the day, because he begged this guy, please text me, please text me.
But wait, was somebody living in here?
Yes.
No way, dude.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Poor. Which call was this?
I mean, at least
God.
at least 30 or 40, because everything, it's all like it's like a minute call. Every call he gets is like one question that should be a text, and he just couldn't handle it anymore. And
I don't blame him, dude. I need to have him on at some point. I need to have him on.
his would have to be like exclusively stories though. There's no
Yes.
actionable advice. He's just coming on to
Yes,
just
that would be great.
venting.
That would be great. It looks like you guys are at the Cuban restaurant in the Keys.
We're at a Mexican restaurant in Iowa in this picture, so
Ah,
a very different,
yes.
authentic Cuban.
Yeah, very different. Very
But
different.
those are the two next shows. You have the Crew of Men, and then you have Just Jade.
Yeah.
And they'll be like two kind of, nobody will really get anything truly valuable from it, but it'll be like a comedy sketch.
As long as it's entertaining, man. Yeah, I got to tell you, like even the last episode we did, like people have been telling me, like, I've heard it more than once, obviously. Like, hey, Jimmy's show, like you need to do another show with Jimmy. So maybe we have you on again a little sooner than a couple damn years.
Yeah, and I could do it this time. We'll have the pictures ready before I can kind of come in prepared with some more good, true stories. I'm skimming through the newsletter now, and just some of the other stuff too. I could come much more prepared with stories only.
Yeah, we should definitely do that, because I think people get a kick out of that, because I think it's especially when you go to like MHI and you talk to people and you think you're the only one dealing with X, Y, and Z, and then you talk to somebody and they're like, oh shit, I'm dealing with this. I'm like, really? It's not just
Yeah,
me?
I think they thought I was a Tenant MHI. I was walking through it. I think I was actually wearing this shirt and shorts and flip flops. Everybody's in suits and ties. Like, I asked a group of guys, I was lost. I'm like, where's it on? And I think they're thinking like, man, like some Tenant showed up here. But oh yeah, we can do the haunted houses, the man. Yeah, as I skim, just so many good ones. Jay dressed up as Santa. He could definitely. That's actually a good thing if you have a bigger park. I'll even send the blueprint of how to do it. So we went on Amazon. We were able to make the bags for pretty cheap, like maybe $2 a bag, and they had like 5 or 6 little toys in the bag, because we bought them in bulk. We bought like 200 of them, so super cheap. You get the bags, you buy the Santa suit. or you hire Jade and I'll do it. And Santa comes to the park. And it was like the best thing we've ever done, and like an event
Wow.
wise. Like we set up a table, we did the bags. I don't know how much money it was cheap, just maybe at most $4 a bag, so $400. Paid Santa, under $1,000, and it was the best, most positive event that we've ever done, like in the park. Week
Wow.
before Christmas, the kids were taking pictures with them. It was the best. So like a good positive. Like I would really recommend anybody who's a bigger park to do Santa in the park, and I will help you do it.
Yeah, I think you showed me pictures of that, of Jade dressed up, of him dressed up as Santa.
Yeah, and this was Santa in the Keys, so it was like 90 degrees. The suit is made for 9 degrees, so he was
Yeah. Oh God.
drenched in sweat. All the kids were talking to him in Spanish. He was talking back in Spanglish. But he really did a shockingly very good job at it.
Wow. Wow. Jade speaks Spanish?
I think it comes out under pressure. It just like on this, no. On like under pressure, he could speak it.
Okay. Oh, well, awesome, dude. Dude, I appreciate you coming on. You know, we could keep bullshitting and talking for a while.
Yeah.
And I definitely need to get you back on again because we always have a good chill conversation. So.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'm ready for the next one when you are. Maybe
you could come on collectively with Jade.
Yeah, maybe it's the two of us, and then we have like a guest appearance. Here comes 12 men. We pack them in.
Dude, I have it. You and Jade on, and then you have one camera on the 12 guys that are.
Right. Yeah, it would be hilarious. And we can ask them about all their selling of all their stuff that they found. Who knows what they're really finding in these homes.
Yeah.
It'd be amazing.
Yeah. Awesome, Jimmy. Well, thanks for coming on. And look, thank you guys for tuning into the MHP Show podcast. We're doing a new show every week. If you want to check us out at victorycapital.com, it's VICKTORY.com. And we will see you all next week. Peace.